Dude, like Lewis Anime Sensei here, and I'm gonna be making what if Obito and Kakashi went rogue? Yeah, like both of them, like together, like they're gonna be working together and stuff, both training under Madara and all that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get straight into this, as this is gonna take place around the Rock incident, as Obito and Kakashi are both trying to get Ren out of the way. They both simultaneously throw her out the way, as suddenly the Rock falls upon them, as Ren looks down on them, full of tears, as she thought she was useless and she couldn't even save them. As eventually she managed to escape the cave, we fast forward a few hours as Madara had came to collect Obito, since that's who he originally planned to get. But he had seen that Kakashi was there, as he had heard good things about him, since apparently he was the son of the White Fang, Sumiko Hatake. As Madara thinks about this, talking to himself, this is interesting. I could use the Hatake as well. He has the intelligence that the Uchiha doesn't. They'd be a good duo. As Madara analyzes this, he takes the both of them, as Obito he did not give Kakashi his eye. So Kakashi is still missing an eye. As eventually they both wake up a few hours, looking as Obito had first woken up. He looks across, saying, Kakashi. What the heck? Kakashi? Where am I? And what's going on? As Kakashi had woken up as well, he's about the same as confused as Obito. But Madara suddenly gets into the conversation, explaining to them what happened. As Madara proceeds to tell them, I am Madara Uchiha, and I need you to for a plan of sorts. As they get a little interested, Obito says, we need to get back to the village, Kakashi. He's evil. He might kill us. Is this heaven? As Obito continues to spaz out, Kakashi analyzes the situation, realizing that they had some way survived and this man had saved them. As Madara proceeds to go on, as he calls out for Zetsu, as he comes out, saying, Welcome, Lord Madara. I have some good news. The Namikaze never found out where the two students are, so they won't come after them. I think it's time we give them some of the cells, though, Zetsu says, as he thinks it would be good for Obito and Kakashi. As Kakashi thinks about this, saying, would father have wanted this? Either betray the village that I once worked for, or go back to the village where I'm not happy at all. As Kakashi ponders about this, Obito finally speaks after a few moments of being silent, saying, Listen, old man, you train us and I'm gonna try to go back to the village after. I need to see Ren. As Madara sees this, that this boy has a drive to become stronger, same with the Hatake, he decides that it's time to initiate their training. As for the first test, just to see, about a few hours later, he gives them a test. Or no, not a few hours later, about a week later, after the cells have been implanted into them, and they could actually move and fight again. He has them fight, just to test out and see how skilled they are. As Kakashi charges at Obito first, throwing a punch at him as Obito gets punched in the face, sending flying back. He fires up a fireball jutsu, as He also had created a shadow clone, simultaneously shooting off two fireballs going flying to Kakashi. As Kakashi finds a counter, doing the Earth-style mud wall to counter it, suddenly they both go charging at each other, clashing fists. As Obito had gone up and punched the crap out of Kakashi, sending him flying back. As Obito had unlocked Wood Style, surprisingly, as he had fired off a Wood Style Wood Claw, as it had sent Kakashi smashing into the wall. As Kakashi had passed out, and Obito had also passed out due to chakra exhaustion, due to the fact that he used Wood Style the first time. As Madara analyzes this scene, so the Hatake is more of the defensive, while Obito is more of offensive. Okay, noted. As Madara says this, White Zetsu overhears it saying, "They'll be great for the plan." As suddenly, a figure appears. He seems to be the Sage of Six Paths. They aren't aware of that. As the Sage of Six Paths proceeds to talk, saying, "Interesting. I guess their destiny I had originally planned out for them will be different. Seems that I'll plan it out a little differently." As yes, Obito will be in the reincarnation of Ashura, and Kakashi will be the reincarnation of Indra. Yup, thought I'd make it a little different this time, since this would have mostly built them. As they wake up a few hours later, Madara decides to give them some new clothes. As Obito is wearing about the same thing you see on the thumbnail, minus the mask, but it's more like a purple headband, bandana really, not a headband, but like bandana, while Kakashi's wearing about same thing on the thumbnail except no leaf, no leaf headband, and it's more of a vest, like he has a vest on as well, but the vest is more black, and does not have the Uzumaki squirrel on it. As we fast forward about a few months later, as Obito and Kakashi had got word that Rin Nohara had gotten in trouble from a few inside sources from Madara. As they rush to the scene, they see a figure, someone they had never seen before, someone unusual. He seemed to be a masked man. And before you guys say anything, as they see this masked figure kill Rin in front of their eyes, as the tears streamed down her face and the blood soaked down. As he had vanished, they both looked down upon Rin's damaged body and see her. As Obito suddenly goes berserk, destroying everything in his path, destroying everything, as Kakashi also goes in rage. And the man eventually comes back and sees them as Obito and Kakashi are enraged as they charged forward to him, throwing a fury of punches as Kakashi fires off a water dragon jutsu, and Obito fires off a fire dragon jutsu. They both charge at him, sending the masked man going flying back. As they both appear behind him, Obito sends him into the air while Kakashi appears in the air, sending him back to the ground. They are getting ready to use a finisher. Suddenly, the masked man had teleported away with some type of order. The portal had closed. Obito and Kakashi had passed out due to exhaustion. But White Zetsu had been watching the whole scene. He's impressed and a little confused on who this masked man is. As that, nah, I'm not ending it now. I'm just playing with y'all. Anyway, As we fast forward about a few years later, the Nine-Tails attack. As Obito and Kakashi had finally gotten stronger and around this time had awakened the Rinnegan. As we have a flashback to how and when they awakened the Rinnegan. This was around the time of Madara's death. As when Madara died, instead of awakening one Rinnegan, he had awakened two. Also, just to mention, I'm just gonna say, for plot, he also had a spare Rinnegan, which is how Nagato is gonna have it. And also, the Masked Man was Nagato. Nagato was gonna be older this timeline, and, well, he's the Masked Man. As Madara had passed away, Obito and Kakashi see what he had given them, and from what Kakashi could tell, he proceeds to say these words. This is a Rinnegan. The famous Rinnegan I've heard about. As Obito responds back to him saying, it couldn't be. Those things are legends. I don't even know how to get one. How would the old man have one? As Kakashi ponders on this, he thinks about it. Madara isn't a normal person, obviously. And since he's done some research, apparently if you combine the cells of a Uchiha and a Senju, it awakens the legendary Rinnegan. As he thinks about it, the old man did mention that he had a Rinnegan, as Kakashi speaks up saying, take out your eye, Obito. What? Obito says in response, take out your eye. As Obito thinks about this, as he had catched on to what Kakashi meant, he pulls his eye out of his eye socket as he puts in the Rinnegan, and Kakashi does the same. As they had passed out with the sudden rush of chakra coming from the Rinnegan, Black Zetsu had also treated to them, helping them out, helping them with training. As we go back to present time, as Obito and Kakashi get ready to strike the village. I never thought we'd be doing this. As Obito agrees he'll go to kidnap Minato's kid while Kakashi will start terrorizing Konoha. As we have Obito going into the room saying, hello, third Hokage. Fourth Hokage. It's an honor to meet you. As Minato questions who this man is. As Obito says, is that really relevant? Fourth Hokage. Besides, as he teleports, grabbing Naruto, faster than Minato could even see. As he says, I have your kid. Now, comply with what I say and you can have your little old boy back. Hand over the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, or your son gets it. As Minato thinks to himself saying, if he's Madara Uchiha, I gotta take him seriously. As he thinks about a plan, as he picks up Kushina, getting ready to hand her over to Obito. As he hands her to Obito, as he had silently, without anyone else noticing, put a seal, a flying Raijin seal, on Kushina's back. As they both exchange, Obito throws the baby in the air, putting a paper bomb on it, as Minato had to react fast, as he managed to get the baby while taking off the blanket that had the bomb on it. As Minato had teleported back to the bunker where they planned to go. As he teleports to where Obito is extracting the tail piece from Kushina. As Minato charges at Obito, going fury punches Obito Minato tried to hit him again, but his fist went through. So Obito had waited a few minutes because they had strong together. Minato expected seeing that fully charged as soon as he timed it, getting ready to put his Rasengan, the combo had ended, which means he was vulnerable again. As he does a flying Raijin level 2 on Obito's back, sending him into the ground. As Obito coughs up blood. Damn it, he says. As Minato teleports to Kushina, as at this point it was already too late. The Nine-Tails had been extracted from her body and had already been terrorizing Konoha. As we fast forward with Kakashi, as he had been going around killing people, as his whole body was covered in blood, as Kakashi goes to the Hokage office, as that's where Hiruzen had been. Third Hokage, you surprised me, Kakashi says as he emerges from the shadows. Hiruzen shocked as he quickly performs hand seals doing the summoning jutsu as King M had appeared. Kakashi says this. Wow, you need a summoning just to be strong. Well, that's okay. I'll beat you anyway, as with a snap of fingers, the pressure of Kakashi's strength had destroyed the whole Hokage building. As Kakashi charges at Hiruzen with a fire-style fireball jutsu, Hiruzen counters by swinging his staff and merging some wind from it to counter it. As Hiruzen tries to hit Kakashi with the staff, Kakashi punches him, sending him flying back into the dirt. As Hiruzen manages to get up, King Yama tries to punch Kakashi as Kakashi grabs King Yama's face and a nearby pole just smashes his face into the pole repeatedly as King Yama coughs up blood and had went back to the summoning realm as he's dead. When he goes back, he'll never be able to come back to the human world again. He's basically dead at this point. As Hiruzen is shocked that the boy he had once known, Kakashi Hatake, would go this far. As he looks at Hiruzen saying, really, Third Hokage, I expected more from you. As he picks up the rod that he had used on King Yama, he stabs the Third Hokage in the back, impaling him, leaving him there. As before he leaves, he says these final words. You know, Third Hokage, I once thought you were cool, but things change. As he fires off a fire-style fireball jutsu, as it burns Hiruzen's body to ashes. As the Nine-Tails at this point had already been destroying things, Minato realizing that it was too late. He didn't know what to do. People were dying. As suddenly, he looks behind him, he hears a voice. Oh, Fourth Hokage. Look who I have here. As he shows Minato Kushina. As Kushina had been impaled. And Kakashi fires off a lightning style jutsu as it shocks her to death, as she had died from that. As Minato looks at this in shock, Minato in rage tries to fight off Kakashi as suddenly the Nine-Tails comes and stabs Minato in the back. With Minato's last words as Obito and Kakashi reveal themselves, saying, I'm sorry, I wasn't a better sensei. But if this is what it took for you to feel better, then I'm sorry. And as he couldn't finish his sentence as he had passed away. As suddenly another person emerges, as Konoha has pretty much burned to ashes at this point. They see a man about the same age as them for what they could guess, and he had red hair. As they see him, the man approaches saying, well, I can't believe it. All over a girl. Just a girl. Pathetic. You are all very pathetic. Just over a little kid. But you know what? I could care less about this place. I'm not even surprised you destroyed it. As Obito and Kakashi in rage charge at Nagato, as Obito tries to hit Nagato with a few punches, as Nagato is able to dodge, suddenly he kicks Obito, sending him flying back. As Kakashi comes in and tries to drop kick Nagato, Nagato grabs Kakashi's leg and throws Kakashi into the nearby fire. As Kakashi's body had started to burn, as he emerged from the fire, his body was half burned. As Kakashi reveals his Rinnegan. Same with Obito, as they all start to get serious. Nagato also reveals his Rinnegan, pushing his hair out of the way. As Nagato summons the King of Hellpath. As Kakashi takes on the King of Hellpath, while Obito will take on Nagato himself. Kakashi charges at the King of Hellpath, punching him a few times in the face, as the King of Hellpath had managed to punch Kakashi, sending him flying back. As Kakashi had had enough of this, he used Almighty Push and sent him flying back, as Kakashi had teleported next to him and finally got a chakra rod and stabbed him. As he joins the fight with Obito versus Pain or Nagato, whatever you want to call him. Obito charges at him, same with Kakashi, as they try to hit him with a fury of punches. Suddenly, Nagato manages to dropkick Obito in the face, as Kakashi manages to catch Nagato off guard, punching him in the face. As they had continued on the fight for a few hours, firing off a fury of jutsu, as suddenly something happens. The world, it seems to start shaking. As Nagato is surprised, trying to figure it out, Obito uses this chance to kill him with his fire-enhanced chakra rod. As they see what's happening to the earth, and they're both pretty much half dead at this point, they manage to say their final words to each other as they know this is the end. You know, Kakashi, if I had a chance to think this over, I probably would have done things differently. As Kakashi says, me too, Obito. As this is the end of the What If, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, this is a one-shot. I haven't done one of these in a minute, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Anime Sensei out.